Wherever questions were asked in many parts of the world, usually the questioner dies. I'm speaking in Lebanon, I'm just asking a few questions, raising a few questions. It's a large group of people, a few youths stand up and say, you are going to leave this country head first.
You've often talked about debate and the spirit of debate that's been such a vital part of the spiritual history of the subcontinent. You've talked about the debate, whether it's the Kurukshetra debate between Arjuna and Krishna, whether it's Shiva and Shakti in the Shiva Sutras, whether it's the very impassioned metaphysical debates that seem to have happened around the time of the Buddha or Adi Shankara. Is it true to say that that spirit of debate in some way seems to be imperiled today? That we don't have enough of it today?
Oh, I think we're having a lot of it.
in our spiritual life?
Yes, of course. Wherever I go, there's endless number of questions, especially in India. Nowhere else do people ask as many questions as the Indians ask. We were trekking in Tibet with a group of people. This is people from at least about 30 different countries. An Indian person who lives in the United States asked me a question. The question takes over 8 minutes. A question inside a question inside a question inside a question inside a question. Then by the time he finishes the question, all the other people, that is, Indians are simply sitting nonchalantly, but all the others are looking bewildered. I said, it's okay, this is an Indian question. We have a very long history of asking questions. This is why nobody could ever give us a commandment. Even entities that we considered divine when they came, we only asked them questions. So don't worry, this is an Indian question. Then there's a Chinese lady who's traveling with us. She says, yes, Sadhguru, I was working in the United Nations. Even there, only Indians asked questions. So, I don't think in any sense it's gone. Maybe some people are trying to banish the questions because it is a draw. When you don't have answers, you don't like questions. When you're not sincere enough to admit that you do not know, when you yourself do not have a spirit of inquiry, you have read half a book and from that you're living out of that, then you don't like questions. Wherever questions were asked in many parts of the world, in the religious world at least, usually the questioner dies because that's a convenient way of answering questions. I'm speaking in Lebanon, I'm not abusing anybody, I'm just asking a few questions, raising a few questions. It's a large group of people, a few youths stand up and say, you are going to leave this country head first. And I say, wherever I go head first. You are going with your butt first. This is the problem with you. You also must go head first. No, what they mean is, I will leave the country horizontal, that's what they mean. They don't mean head first means they will probe with their intelligence and then go. No, they mean you will be dead because you raise questions for which we don't have answers. How can a question insult anybody? A question is just a tool to dig deeper. A question should not be a statement. A question is just a tool so that we can dig deeper. If you raise a question that I have not thought about, It's a good opportunity for both of us to get hold of this crowbar and dig deeper. But instead of that, we will stick a knife into you because I don't have the answers. But I've been pretending for a long time that everything that you need to know is all written in my book or some other book, and that's about it. There can't be anything more to the universe. Now you raised a question which cannot exist in this universe, but you have raised it, so better you do not exist.